Hello, everyone. Welcome to EC channel. Vanakkam, Swagatam, Namaskar. So today we are going to see about cell splitting. So why we are going to cell splitting? So what does this cell splitting means? So in the first session, in mobile cellular telephone, that in that video, I have discussed about something called limitation for conventional mobile telephone system. So in that we have discussed about efficient use of spectrum utilization, that is efficient utilization of spectrum that have we have discussed. So the conventional mobile telephone failed in that criteria, but this mobile cellular mobile system, it has the efficient utilization of spectrum. So in that concept, this cell splitting emerges. So in order to achieve the utilization of spectrum efficiency to 100%, there are two concepts are present. One is frequency reuse, and other one is cell splitting. So from there, the cell splitting emerges. So this technology emerges. If you didn't see the very first video of mobile cellular telecommunication, you do please subscribe to my channel for more notification of videos, and please do share and like and comment. Okay. So come on, we'll start our cell splitting. So the motivation behind implementing a cellular mobile system is to improve the utilization of spectrum frequency or efficiency. So the frequency reuse scheme is one concept, and cell splitting is another concept. So when traffic density starts to build up and the frequency channels, like there are frequency channels, let us consider it as Fi. So in each cell Ci, so cannot provide enough mobile calls. So the original cell can be split into smaller units, smaller cells. So what we are going to do in this cell splitting, we are going to split these cells. So it is as simple as it sounds. Okay. So why we are going to split the cells? Because when traffic density starts to build up, when the subscribers are more in that particular cell, when a more number of subscriber wants to use that frequency in the same cell, then what is the concept? We can split the cells. So by splitting the cells, we can serve more number of subscribers who is present in that cell. Okay. So usually the new radius is half of the original radius. So by how we are going to split the cells means, we are going to see the old cell radius is there. It is nothing but, see, if this is one cell, for example, if you take, so we are going to do split it like this or like this, whatever. So the radius, if you take this cell, this is the cell, so we are going to split into half. So the radius will be half. Okay. So new radius, the radius will be like, we are going to split the cells like this. For example, the whole cell is this. So we are going to split the cells. So what we can serve two subscribers at a time without any intervention. But still we need to take care of the co-channel interference. So the new cell radius will be old cell radius by 2. The new cell area will be old cell area by 4. Okay, this is one concept. So if we do that, what it will come? So let's each new cell carry the same maximum traffic load of the old cell. Then theory, what is the theory? New traffic load per unit area is equals to 4 into traffic load by unit area. So we can serve these many subscribers. So how much traffic load we can see means, this is what it is. Okay. So like that we can see it. So this is this is the concept cell splitting. We are going to split the cells by half. So cell splitting can be a permanent splitting or a dynamic splitting. So for cell splitting, if you take, there are two kinds of cell splitting techniques. So the very first thing is permanent and the another one is dynamic. Permanent, as the name itself shows, that permanent splitting, in the sense for that cell it will be already predefined. So dynamic splitting means according to the subscribers at the time of the uh, if we want that, at that time we can do it. So that is dynamic splitting. So permanent splitting means the installation of every new split cell has to be planned ahead of time. The number of channels, the transmitted power, the assigned frequency, the choosing of the cell site selection. So at the design itself, while designing the cell itself, while designing the network itself, we are going to split it. So we are going to the designer itself, the manufacturer itself, when the engineer going to design it, at the time of design itself, this splitting is going to be defined. It is a predefined one before installation of that system. So what all will be planned ahead? The number of channels, the transmitted power, the assigned frequency to that cell, the choosing of the cell site selection, and the traffic load consideration should also be considered. So when ready, the actual service cutover should be set at the lowest traffic point. Usually at midnight on a weekend, or hopefully only a few calls will be dropped because of this cutover. So these all will be designed at the designer itself. While designing the system itself, this all will be designed, and that will be initiated to the minimum. So how much we are going to expect in that area, minimum subscribers, those to that we will be designed. Okay. So dynamic splitting is nothing but this scheme is based on utilization the allocated spectrum efficiency in real time. So in real time itself, what at the time of requirement, at the time of utilization, at the time of the design implementation, at the time of the cost, when we want it, we will do that. So there will be present algorithm. So the algorithm for dynamically splitting cell site is a tedious job. Since we cannot afford to have it, we will like one single cell unused during cell splitting at heavy traffic hours. Okay. Even though like the algorithm which we for the splitting cells will be a tedious job. It is a very tedious job, and it is many technical details will be involved in it. Generally we will go with the permanent splitting, but yes, we can also do dynamic splitting. So these are all about concept behind uh, splitting. So I'll meet you in another video. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you.